Nature is not out there. We are part of nature. We moved here in November 1987. I discovered this little heart-shaped island on the map, having 500,000 people in an area the size of Bavaria, which has 12.5 million people. For nearly 7 years before we moved to Tasmania, I was training young people in forestry apprenticeship. And I came to Tasmania to train people in forestry over here, but I was very limited to just occupational health and safety rather than the whole way of managing forests in a responsible way. So I'm not someone who clear fells forest because it reflects on the whole culture of how we treat our environment and our resources. We had to make do, so I bought myself a mobile sawmill and I milled timber for farmers. Then when the children were out of school, my wife went back to work. So I established a hazelnut orchard, I established a fruit orchard, apples and pears, apricots and cherries, peaches and nectarines and all this. We had goats, we had sheep, we had turkeys, we had ducks, we had geese, milking cow with calves and wildlife. And so we were able to offer our children things that I never had in my childhood. And so when you're site-specific, you actually want to avoid waste. And so I look at the runoff, how to make optimum use of the water. Normally in nature, you don't have bare ground. When I harvest my vegetables, I'm not after brown earth. I immediately plant another plant or I seed something in its place, let's say with oats. Otherwise, I'm happy with what grows on top. I build humus by mulching, by feeding the soil with manures and with biochar for the purpose of improving the soil and for filtration and getting rid of odors. So therefore I produce soils that are like a sponge. They can absorb the moisture when it rains. It's not a perfectionist kind of approach. It's really living and working with nature, avoiding to spend more energy than you have to. I use the prunings from my hazelnuts and from my fruit trees and carbonize them and make biochar from it. And that can be done either just in a hole in the ground, but it can also be done in pyrolysis plants or in deep cone kilns. We're employing local people that make these kilns and we continue to design them. And we're now aiming at optimizing these opportunities of upcycling from waste. So I'm working on the alphabet of biochar, A for aquaculture, B for beef, C for chicken or for construction. And we've got big plans how to assist other industries to get better at what they're doing.